Let me explain to you why I think the VWAP is the most underrated trading tool you can ever use. So let's begin at the very basics. What is the VWAP? Now the VWAP comes from the words volume weighted average price, and it shows you the average price the market has traded in that current session. And in this video, we're going to specifically talk about the daily VWAP, and you can actually see the VWAP here on the right. It is the blue line here exactly in the middle. And to give a very basic example of what the VWAP actually represents, we can say that the VWAP represents fair value that is based on where most of the volume has traded. And because of that very reason, it is a very important tool every trader should start using. Some of the misconceptions about the VWAP, first and foremost, is that people keep talking about it as if it's some kind of an indicator. The VWAP simply isn't an indicator because it is showing you the average. And in my opinion, when you categorize the VWAP as an indicator, it gives you the wrong perspective of what it actually is. The VWAP only represents the average price. That's all it is. It's not an indicator. It doesn't tell you which trades to take. It only shows you the average price. And when you label the VWAP as an indicator, you reduce it to something that it's not. It shows you where most of the business has been done and where price has been accepted. The VWAP isn't designed to predict price or to generate signals or to tell you when you should buy or sell, and for that very reason, it shouldn't be classed as an indicator. So before we continue with the video, did you know that only 26% of people who actually watch my videos are subscribed? So if you want to help me out and don't want to miss any future videos I make sure to subscribe. And if you want to help my channel grow, make sure to click like and comment down below if you liked the video. And now we can continue the video. Alright, so let's now go over the reasons why I personally think you need to start using the daily VWAP in your trading. Now this chart, which is in front of you, I have made in my previous video, so make sure to go watch that. If you want the most professional looking VWAPs, you should definitely go and check out how you can make this style VWAP. And we will be looking at yesterday's markets, where I actually made over $1,000 with one trade in 25 minutes using the daily VWAP, the very chart you see in front of you. So as I said before, the VWAP represents the average price. The average price that is based on volume. So if I give you a very quick example on why you need to use the VWAP, if I were to ask you, and if I now hide my VWAP from the chart, and if I asked you the question, could you please tell me where the average price for this trading day has been? What would your answer be? Let me know in the comments. Where do you think the average is if you don't have the VWAP? If this alone doesn't convince you, I don't know what will. Honestly, having the average price represents fair value. How are you going to make educated trading decisions if you don't know what the fair value is? That's a very serious question every trader should ask themselves. How am I going to trade if I don't know what value is and where it is? Okay, so with that being said, let's look at how I made over $1,000 yesterday. I'm going to give you my entry and my exit. Okay, so obviously yesterday I sold the market because price went down, and my entry was right here, exactly when price touched the VWAP. And where I exited the market was exactly here. And the reason why I took this trade can be very easily explained using the VWAP, which you can see in front of you. We can see that in the overnight session, price had established the VWAP, okay? Meaning that it didn't go above the VWAP. And so I thought if I was going to sell, the best place to sell would be when price returned to the VWAP. And you can actually see in the later part of the day, this happens exactly 2 more times. Price comes to test the VWAP once again. If you didn't get the initial entry, those 2 points would be very good entries for a sell. Now, obviously, you still need to use discretion, and it's not going to work out every single time. Timing is everything. You still need to accept that sometimes you're going to be wrong, but I honestly feel like using the daily VWAP and the cumulative delta, which you can also see in the chart, those are the best intraday trading tools you should probably start using. So the other way you can read the VWAP is how far away are you from the center, and this is typically when a mean reversion happens. So a mean reversion is when price returns to the average, and we can see that this happens once, twice, and then ultimately after this period ends here, price returns to the VWAP. Now there are multiple different trading strategies that you can use the daily VWAP to help with. Now just remember that it's also very important to focus on the fundamental and the longer term perspective when it comes to price action. Now if you have made it this far into the video, make sure to comment down below if you actually use the daily VWAP in your trading, or if this video has convinced you to give it a try. Now future videos about the VWAP on how you can use it and how you can actually read it like a professional are coming soon. So stay tuned for that. See you guys in the next one.